Hello, and welcome to Songwriter Spotlight, the Western Mass Songwriters Collaborative Series. I'm Dr. Dan, your host of the show, where we feature Western Mass songwriters who perform their original songs and talk about the art of songwriting. Stay tuned to explore more about music and the tunesmithing that creates it. Our songwriter on this episode is Betsy-Dawn Williams, whose dynamic singing, playing, and songwriting have been a force on stages and in jam sessions for years. Betsy-Dawn delivers a strong blend of rockabilly, western swing, and country in her performance and songwriting to the delight of all her fans. Stay tuned for earthy, rocking music from Betsy-Dawn Williams.
Betsy-Dawn Williams here, and thank you, Dr. Dan, for having me on your Songwriter TV show. Here's a song I wrote in the year 2000. Man, it's been 20 years, I can't believe it. It's called So Say. There's that one, talking, and I wrote it in the mid-90s, one of the first songs that I ever wrote, and I know I was going through a divorce at the time, and which I didn't actually know. 4 years later I found out that's what was actually happening. Anyway, I know that that inspired this song, Walking and Talking. Walking and a talking about it all over town. Walking and a talking and I'm feeling kind of down. Found out from a neighbor that you really put me down. Walking and a talking and I'm learning how to frown. Walking and a talking, crying and I'm walking over you. You cheat me and you treat me like I haven't got a clue. You cheat me and you treat me like I'm a crazy fool. But I know what you're doing and you really made me blue. You cheat me and you treat me like I don't know what This is a song I wrote in 2006, and it was about a segue time for me, going from one chapter in life to another chapter. And it's in 3/4 time, waltz time. It's called Tell Me. The song is called 26 Love Letters, and it was kind of a playful thing. I wanted to do something kind of with this groove that I was working on. And matter of fact, that's how all my songs come about. I first am working with the music, not the words. I never have this intellectual idea about what it's going to be about, but that blossoms as I'm playing with chords and humming sort of melodies that kind of go along with the chords and kind of getting this groove going, or some kind of a feel, some kind of a time signature, you know. And all that, to me, implies a tone, a mood, and words come out of that, and it ends up being about something. I never know what that's going to be until I get there. Anyway, 26 Love Letters. Hey, babe, let me spell it out for you. I got love letters all over the place. Love letters all over the place. 26 love letters, let me spell them out. for certain we are of that age. D is for the dearest, the hugs in our reach. A is for everything else, and you know there's nothing bad. F is for the future, the one we're gonna have. G is for the good things that you do for me. H is for happy we're gonna be. I got love letters all over the place. Love letters all over the place. 26 love letters, let me spell them out for you. I is for I love you and I know you love me. J is for the jailbreak when you set my heart free. K is for the kisses we shared oh so sweet. L is for L-O-V-E, a love that's so neat. M is for oh my. N is how nice, 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 nice. Whoa is for oh yes, you really make me grin. P is for the purest feeling within. I got love letters all over the place. Love letters all over the place. 26 love letters, let me spell them out for you. Love letters all over the place. 26 love letters, let me spell them out for you. Q is for how quickly our love has grown. R is for the righteousness right to the bone. S is for the sunshine, the brightness of you. T is just for two, just me and you. U is for the universal love on around. V is for the vortex of love that surrounds. W is for the double wide, double fun with you. X is for the extra love and so true. I got love letters all over the place. Love letters all over the place. 26 love letters, let me spell them out for you. Y is for why, of course, you fill my heart with glee. 'Cause now we're up to 26 letters, you see. The next one makes my heart go boom, boom, boom. And that's the letter C, and we're gonna zoom, 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 zoom. I got love letters all over the place. Love letters all over the place. 26 love letters, let me spell them out for you. 26 love letters, let me spell them out for you. 26 love letters, let me spell them out for you. 26 love letters, let me spell them out for you. 26 love letters, let me spell them out for you. This song is called I Just Want to Be Your Friend. I don't always write about real people or real situations. Sometimes it's just the sound. Like I said, the sound of the melody and the chords just kind of present an idea to me, and I just run with it. I just want to be your friend. I just wanna be your friend. I just wanna clams and all. I wrote this song called Cafe of Tears back when I was in this band that I had for exactly 12 years. The sun's getting low, coming in. A band called Girl Howdy, and I just wanted to write something that sounded kind of like a classical country song. And this is what I came up with, Cafe of Tears. Since the day you left, my heart has been around. At night I am imprisoned by dreams of holding you. The time that was ours, I can't say I regret, because our love was so happy, and that I'll never forget. Now I sit here each day in my usual place, and I watch as the hours pass away. No, I'm not in the bars drinking up the beers. You'll find me in a booth at the Cafe of Tears. I know I shouldn't pine, 'cause all I have is time to stare at the bottom of my empty coffee cup. The waitress comes around, she knows what's on my mind. A lump in my throat and two lumps in my cup. Now I sit here each day in my usual place, and I watch as the hours pass away. No, I'm not in the bars drinking up the beers. You'll find me in a booth at the Cafe of Tears. Yes, you'll find me in a booth at the Cafe of Tears. Okay, this next song is it's called That's When, and it's a song about myself. And what more to say? Maybe nothing. All right. Early in the morning when the birds are chirping and you're trying to stay sleeping, you don't want nobody peeping. That's when, yeah, that's when you know I love you. Well, you're lying in the bed with a big old sleepy head, and I wake you up instead. I just won't let you play dead. That's when, yeah, that's when, oh, I love you.
Well, Betsy-Dawn, thanks so much for that great music you recorded for us. It was dynamic, exciting,
Thanks for
and
having me.
and fun. It was really, we really enjoyed that. So thank
All
you.
right. Good.
And so we want to talk about some your songwriting and get
Okay.
some insights. And some of your introductions to your songs, you did give us some good insights. I appreciate that. Oh yeah, when you did love letters, you talked about how you start with the rhythms and then go into
hmm
the lyrics, and the lyrics kind of come to you. So that was helpful. So how long have you been writing songs?
Well, I think right around in the mid 90s was when I started writing
Mhm.
songs.
So what got
Yeah.
into you? Why'd you do that?
No, I guess I had just been playing music for a while, and all of a sudden, some ideas came to me, some musical ideas,
Mm.
and just that's what launched it. I think maybe I had stockpiled enough music inside me that it started to ooze out, something like that.
Yeah, yeah, that makes perfect sense. So yeah, thanks. So um, so writing music, why do you dedicate your time and energy to write music?
Well, it's very rewarding to create a song from start to finish. As
Mm.
anybody who's ever done it, like you, knows, it's just like you have this. It's like a brand new toy, and that's what it feels like. You've got this brand new toy, and you just want to play the heck out of it. When you first get it finished, you can't believe that it really is. It's got its own legs now, and so it's kind of I guess a process that feeds and nourishes my soul,
Mm. Okay.
which
So
yeah.
so tell us about your process. Tell us some more about that. How you begin and how you wind up with a whole song.
Yeah, well, okay. Generally, it's never deliberate in that I don't sit down and think I'm going to write a song right now.
Hmm.
Uh, Generally, what happens is I'll be inspired by something that I hear. So it starts sonically for me.
Hmm.
It starts with generally some kind of a rhythm, some kind of a groove. When I say rhythm, I don't mean tempo, fast or slow. I mean some kind of a feel, whether it's a shuffle, a swing, or a flat tire blues, or a waltz, or some kind of just straight ahead, 4/4 kind of, roots rock and roll thing, or something. I will have heard something that sparks my imagination, and I'll start with that, and then the chords and melody will come quickly, pretty soon after that. And the words for me are the last thing to go on,
Hmm.
and they come to me out of they're born out of the melody and the chords, because to me the chords and the melody convey some kind of a feel, some kind of a mood, and right down to the vowel sounds. I want them, they're like trumpets, they're like trumpet notes, where I want them
Hmm.
to be a word that is going to sound like the music that it's sitting on top of.
Hmm.
So I really don't know what a song's going to be about when I start, and I find out as I go.
But you pack a lot of content into your songs. You know, the 26 love letters. I mean, there's a
That
lot
was
of
a long.
lot of fun, a lot of playing around with words and so on.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
in
That one was
there.
definitely a playful one.
Yeah, yeah.
Didn't have
So,
to do with anything in reality necessarily. It was just a bunch of fun words
mhm.
and building on the alphabet, because there's 26 letters in the alphabet, but then implying that they were love letters.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's a very clever turn of ideas. It
Thank
works for me for sure.
All right.
So what kinds of styles of music do you like to write?
Well, historically, I've written things that are kind of in the roots rock
Hmm.
vein, rockabilly sort of thing. But I've also begun exploring more kind of jazz pop sort of feels. And I guess that's because I've been learning more about how to play uh, jazz guitar, rhythm guitar. And so that's my songwriting has followed suit with that.
Hmm. So you had a sort of a classic country song in there, "The Cafe of Tears."
Right. I wrote that when I had this band for 12 years called Girl Howdy. We were well, we started out as an all women honky tonk band, and later um, some guys joined us. But I wrote that while I was in that band for that band to fit in with the kind of music that we played.
Well, all of your songs seem to be like classics that you've never heard before. Like so, "Cafe of Tears," it could have been written in 1955, and you go, "Oh yeah, that's back from the 50s."
Wow.
But
Well,
of course,
thank you
it's
very
not.
much.
Oh,
That's a high
it's not that.
compliment.
Well, it was intended that way, to be sure. Um, but you do a tremendous amount of listening to know all those styles and feelings that come out of music, and to pick up the rhythms. What kinds of things do you listen to?
Well, I guess what most of it has in common, even though there's a lot of different genres that I love, most of it is all under the big umbrella of roots music,
Hmm.
including the types of jazz that I like. The kind of jazz I like is kind of swing melodies, things that really have melodies that you can hum. So I'm not such a
Hmm.
big fan of bebop.
Okay.
um, and some of it's fine, but what I really can sink my teeth into, get some traction on, is are the more I don't know if you call it melodic jazz. Does that mean that it has a melody you can hum? But um, so jazz standards I love to listen
Hmm.
to. I love to listen to authentic rockabilly, meaning the older stuff, not so much as much the newer stuff. But um, and I love old style country music, um, and so jazz, country, and rock and roll
Hmm.
primarily. Some blues stuff too, depending on what kind. That's a big arena also.
Well, you can't listen to your music and hear the way you uh, belt out a song, the enthusiasm and so on, without thinking about some of the early women in rockabilly. Um, I mean, that's what
Hmm.
I hear a lot of, not exclusively, but a lot.
Ah,
Who were some of the women that got you to thinking that way, or
oh
singers?
well, I loved Janice Martin, Charlene Arthur, Brenda Lee, and Wanda Jackson. I got to meet her.
Really?
My partner played piano in a band that was her East Coast and Midwest touring band for a number of years, and got to play, as part of the band that backed her up on her concerts. So because of that, I got to meet her, and that was just amazing to me.
Hmm.
Back when I was listening to her records years ago, I never thought someday I was going to meet this great woman, rockabilly singer. But I did get to, and that was a real highlight. And even got to be on a couple of festivals with her. One out in Green Bay, Wisconsin. There was, for 3 or 4 years in a row, they had something called Screamin' Rockin' 50s Fest, where they had a lot of headliners that were rock and roll greats recording in the 50s, had hits then. She was one of them. And then there was some more nouveau rockabilly and roots rock and roll bands that came from all over the world. And at the time, I had a CD release out on the El Toro Records label. which is based in Spain. And they're an indie Euro roots music record label. And I did a couple of releases with them, and they were there at that festival doing a showcase stage. And so I got to play on that showcase stage representing them. And then Wanda was there on the main stage. And then another festival I did was over there in Spain, where Wanda was one of the headliners, Wanda Jackson. And I went over and played that too, because it was the record label I was on. And my band was the same band as her backing band. So they got a kind of a 2-for-1 price there.
Yeah. Wow.
That was a lot of fun.
I bet it was exciting too.
Yeah.
So, so the songs that you write, they tend to be dancing songs. Is that correct?
Well, I think everything that I write, you can dance to. You don't have to. You can sit there and listen, but every song, when I'm writing, like I said, for me, the music comes first. I'm always hearing the musical interludes, like in between the verse chorus, break. I've got a musical a break, where somebody's going to take a solo. I mean, I just don't hear songs that don't have that in it. I always imagine them fully in bloom with tons of instruments and taking solos. So, dance music is often that way too. Not all of it. I guess there's, old folk tunes that are like that and have solos and things, but that may not be really dance tunes. But am I getting off track here?
No, I'm just remembering my foot going up and down while I'm listening to your music.
Oh, good. That's the sign of a good song, I think, if I can tap my foot to it.
Yeah, and that's always been the case. I mean, not just this set of songs. Every song I've ever heard you play has had that effect. Not just on me. The things you like to write about are, well, you don't set out to write anything, so you can't really.
I find rhymes that I like. I might find just like one word or one phrase after I've got this music in place, and I just feel like that word or that whole sentence just fits what the musical story is. And so then I'll just go about trying to find other things to drape around that and make it all make sense. So it does sound like it is about something. Yeah.
And all in pursuit of writing a good song. Yeah.
I don't understand how the process of people who write words first. Like, how do you make the music fit? Because you got these measures and you got to fit things in, and the phrasing has to fit rhythmically. So I don't know how people do it. Of course they do it, but I have no idea how that's done.
Well, we should ask Bob Dylan. I'm sure he could explain it.
Yeah, I should. I should ask a lot of questions.
So, what do you say to other songwriters when they're thinking about how they can either learn, or aspiring songwriters, or people who are already songwriting and who want to improve their songwriting skills? What suggestions do you have for them?
I don't know. I might have questions for them.
Yeah.
But I guess the only thing that I could say would be, please make the music be good. Please pay attention to the music of the song, and don't have it just be words that the music is sort of, takes us a backseat to. Because if the music isn't there, I'm going to change the channel.
Yeah. I know sometimes I've been listening, particularly outdoors, and then suddenly get fascinated by the insects in the grass, that kind of thing. If they don't follow your advice on how to write a song. So Betsy-Dawn, where can one of our listeners or viewers find your music?
Well, of course, with COVID right now, not so much live, but online. If you were to go to Spotify or to YouTube, you could find both of the CDs that I recorded on the El Toro Records label. They're both there. In addition, on YouTube, in addition to the full albums, there's also performances, all sorts of video performances of almost every band I've been in. From the Western Airs was a band that I was in a long time ago. I used to play upright string bass. We played classic country music and Western swing. And my band Girl Howdy that I mentioned, I wrote a song for, one of the songs that I performed and recorded for you, that band. And Little BD and the Do-Rights, which is features a lot of the songs that I recorded for El Toro Records. You can actually see that band. There's some performances online. And I also played, still play and have played percussion washboard with a number of Cajun and Zydeco bands over the years. Notably, I was in a band for 17 years called Slippery Sneakers, and there's a lot of video content on there. But currently I have full-time membership with a band called the Nightcaps, which plays all covers, classic country and Western swing music. But the band that I get to trump out my own songwriting these days is one called Snack Pack. And there's performances on YouTube there. And hopefully when all the bugs and germs pass by and we defeat this thing, we'll be out there recording and playing live again. So
the way you imagined the song when you wrote it, with a band and with instrumental breaks and everything else like that, that's available online.
Parts, yeah.
Okay.
Right. That is with my two CDs, the two CDs that I recorded.
And El Toro Records. So, okay. Betsy-Dawn, thanks so much for sharing your thoughts and feelings with us and your music. It'd be an excellent experience for all of us.
Well, thank you, Dan, for having me. I'm honored to be a part of your Songwriter Showcase, and thank you.
Thanks for watching our show. I'd like to acknowledge the support of the Western Mass Songwriters Collaborative, promoting the original music scene in Western Massachusetts. If you want to learn more about the collaborative, go to their Facebook page. Thanks for watching. I'm Dr. Dan. I hope you'll tune in again for the show that puts a spotlight on songwriters.